Yo, what's up guys? So this one is called Page Breakdown. So I'm gonna break down a page that was on Spot the Pro because it stood out to me. And let me do the shout outs and quick disclaimers because let's not waste a bunch of time on that. First of all, highly recommend watching Nathan Graham Davis's show that he does along with Jason Gruich and Joe Marino, not Montana. Sorry, bro. If he happens to see this, their show called Spot the Pro, where they compare a pro script to a non-pro script. Highly recommended. Unfollow me and go follow them. Okay, but let's get into this. So I'm gonna break this page down as if my best fucking friend says, "Hey man, will you give me notes?" And I'm like, "Are you sure, man?" Because I'm pretty fucking tough. Sign this agreement that you won't slap me or that kind of shit, But this is what I would say to my best fucking friend if they're like, "I'm getting rejections and this kind of shit. Let me see what's going on," So here we go. Let's go. So I don't know what the script is called, so I'm just going to start reading and give my thoughts. And shout out to all the writers who submit their pages and so forth because you're being judged. However, that's what happens in the industry. So like kind of so what, you know what I mean? So let's go. So exterior, San Francisco, apartment building, day. And I'm going to tell you right when I'm bumped, because I'm bumped a lot on this. Exterior, San Francisco, apartment building, day. Turning the corner, I'm bumped. I'm bumped on the, turning the corner, a wild-haired, wrecked Madagascar, parentheses, Lucky O'Malley. I'm already bumped on turning the corner. 24. In days old superhero pajamas, I'm bumped on days old. Holds a quart of ice cream in one hand, a big bottle of whiskey in the other. I'm bumped. She stumbles up to a second floor apartment. I'm bumped 4 times in one paragraph. I'm already like, I don't know, man. So let me read that in real time real quick. Turning the corner, a wild-haired, wrecked Madagascar, Lucky O'Malley, 24, in days old superhero pajamas, holds a quart of ice cream in one hand, a big bottle of whiskey in the other. She stumbles up to a second floor apartment. When I read it fast, it seems fine. But when you really look at it, there's problems. Turning the corner. Okay, so then we get to on the fourth sentence or whatever on the last. So here's my thing. She turns a corner. Turning a corner is this. That's someone turning a corner. I would much rather see her just slop around the corner and she just like kabam. And we're immediately like, what the fuck is with this chick? She does not seem like someone I would normally see turning a corner. What the fuck? Have her slop around the corner or whatever. You know what I mean? Where we're just like, she just hits us. But I see her trying to do that with wild hair, da-da-da. I'm bumped also on Lucky. So there's 5 things. I'm bumped on Lucky. Okay, so it feels a bit like oversold, in my opinion. Because for me, reading it, you call her Lucky, so she's unlucky, right? Is that the point? So I'm really gonna need to be sold on that. Makes me think of Juno. They just call her Juno. So I don't need to be sold on the name. It's an odd name, but maybe the parents are just fucking weird. That's all I think. But this one, why is she called Lucky? When she clearly isn't. So I need this to go there. In days old superhero pajamas, I told you I'm deep diving this, okay? Days old, I'm bumped on that. Days old, did she just buy this? buy these pajamas a couple days ago and unwrap them and just, here we are? Like, is that what's going on? No, you mean they haven't been washed in a couple days. Am I correct? The writer meant they haven't been washed in a couple days. So tell us that. Something in the direction of no telling the last time these are washed. It's anyone's guess. Whatever that is, a version of that shorter. That might take you a minute to figure out what the fuck is that. How do I say that in just 2 words? That's not my job. I'm not the writer of the screenplay, but you're making me write. I feel like that. The writer's making me fill in the gaps is the problem I have with this. Because in Days Old, you're asking me to assume to know what you meant by Days Old, right? Holds a quart of ice cream, so that's small, and a big bottle of whiskey in the other hand. Let's be more fun here, right? Like big bottle. How about Costco sized? How about something like that? Like be ridiculous, because this chick is kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? She stumbles up to a second floor apartment. How? Like, you gotta be specific, man. Upstairs? I think that's what you're implying. But someone could get lost and not read exterior and not realize she's outside. So this is going from exterior to interior. Someone might not know that. So that could be disorienting, this paragraph. Let's move on. Interior, Lucky's apartment, kitchen, day. Ice cream slops into a blender. A giant scoop of peanut butter, shower of malt balls, and long pour of whiskey. Really long pour. It's a bit flat. You know what I mean? Slops into the blender. Okay. Giant scoop of peanut butter. It could be. Give me more there. I don't know what it is. It's like giant. I feel like anybody would use that word. What's a word someone would not think to use here? I don't know what it is. Heaping, like mammoth, I don't know, man. I'm giving you bad examples, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling that from this. I'm just feeling like the reality of what we're seeing is just, here's what we're seeing. Here's my problem with it, is what we're seeing is ice cream. She takes a scoop of ice cream, scoop of peanut butter, pours in some malt balls, whiskey. That's what we're saying, But it could hit harder, A really long pour for me, I'm just like, it's redundant. A long pour of whiskey, a really long pour. How far do you want to take this? A really, really long pour. A really, really, really super duper long pour. It doesn't build it more. You know what I'm saying? I've written a scene where young chick, 17's making, blending something. And the mother, real quick, the mother upstairs is like, what's with all the racket? Yelling down the stairs. And she bites off the tip of a strawberry and she says, I'm making a smoothie, mother. It's a health drink. And throws in the strawberry and then glugs vodka in there. And then the mother's live-in boyfriend, the mother's a fucking alcoholic, and she drinks the little tiny Grey Gooses and pretends she's not an alcoholic because I don't drink that much. And I don't have to oversell it. She throughout the screenplay she asked the live-in boyfriend, "Can you get me a?" And he throws away the bottle, and we see there's 40 other little Grey Goose bottles in there. So obviously the mother's in denial. So she says, I'm making a health drink as she throws in the strawberry. So there's the connection to health. There's fruit in this. Glugs the fucking thing. The live-in boyfriend comes around her and is looking at her ass. He's older. He's 30, late 30s, checking out her ass and shit like this. And she knows that. And she's like, fuck you. And he's like, what are you making, Ash? And she's like, I'm making a smoothie. I'd make you one, but you probably wouldn't make it back up the stairs. So she's pro level. She can handle this shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, we get that from the scene. Nothing really has happened here. Let's keep going. A lid slides on a millisecond before pressing blend. This girl's playing with milkshake fire. How? She just made a milkshake. Like, it's a bit oversold. A lid slides on a millisecond before pressing blend. Oh, and I said in mine, and she presses obliterate. You know, this is a girl filled with fucking angst. Fuck the world, man, and fuck you, Mom, and fuck you, Chad. That's his name, Chad. Fuck all you guys. I only love my little brother. That's it. Okay, that's a script that got me signed, by the way, for the first time at CA. So a lid slides on a millisecond before pressing blend. You know, it feels like it's trying to be like, you know, what's a word for that? I'm blanking. Oh my God, like, you know, like, but really what we're gonna see is she just puts a lid on. Is she gonna do it like that? Is she gonna do it like, oh my God, I gotta get it on? Like, why? Like, it'd be more like if someone throws in at the last second, throws in the last ingredient and like presses blend, like, oh, I almost didn't get that in the glass, you know? But that's not what's happening. So this girl's playing with milkshake fire. No, she's not. She's making a fucking milkshake. Lucky holds the pitcher up to her mouth. Or sorry, holds the pitcher to her mouth. Too thick, smack. Milkshake blobs onto her face. Okay, that's supposed to be funny, right? Into her red streaked hair. To me, red streaked hair, like, from what? I'm confused right now. It's dyed that color? Or is this blood? I don't fucking know. Ending its journey as another stain on her wrinkled pajamas. So nothing bad has happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, as my first agent told me, run them up a tree and fucking throw rocks at them. Like, nothing bad has happened. It's just one more stain on her pajamas. So wash them. You see what I'm saying? Nothing. So what if it blobs onto her face, and because she's so fucking drunk, she misses her mouth and it blobs onto her fucking computer and her laptop, and her laptop goes zip. What? Now she's out $1,000? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem. That's more of a problem than she just has to wash her pajamas. Let's keep going. Lucky wipes her face with her sleeve. Okay, I get it. She grabs the pitcher and raises it high in a silent cheers. Okay, I see it. Like, yeah, fucking whatever. Drinks, winces, almost gags. She gulps down more. Oh no, hand over her mouth. She runs out. Hear her throwing up, so we hear it. Show us. And here's the thing. She's an alcoholic, right? So she needs this, or she's gonna get the shakes. Why don't we see her hand shaking? You know what I mean? Like, now I start to question, do we know what alcoholism is like? Because people read your shit are gonna be like, I was an alcoholic, or someone I know was an alcoholic, or my parents were, or whatever, and have some history with that and know that her hand should be shaking as she's like taking it down. She has to gulping this shit down, even though it's fucking, she's choking on it. You know what I mean? Like, there's an urgency to it. It doesn't feel like that to me. It just feels like, I think a milkshake scene would be funny. I'm being blunt as fuck to try to help. So I don't know why does she wince? I don't, like, how about ice cream headache? Maybe she has an ice cream, like, give me something I would never fucking think of. Like, gulping it down, ice cream headache, oh fuck, she keeps going. Hand shaking. You know, alcoholic trying to get that fucking drug into her system because I need this shit. Take me there, take me all the way. You know what I'm saying? And when she pukes, let's see her puke. Let's see it. Why are you hiding that from me? I want to see it. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. So she crawls back in exhausted, crawls back in where? Like, crawls back into what? A cave? A dog? A doghouse? You know, like a pipe? You know, like, see what I'm saying? Like, and I know you're thinking, no, crawls back into bed. Nowhere did you say, is there anywhere on here where you mentioned the word bed? Crawls back into what? You're asking me to fill in the blanks that I don't want to fill in. Crawls back into a fucking ramshackle fucking thrasher, fuck the world type of bed. Show me that. You know what I mean? Magazines are all over it, or I don't know, something. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, when we open this thing, I don't know where she's at. I don't know, is this a nice neighborhood? Is it a piece of shit neighborhood? I don't fucking know what I'm seeing. That's my problem. She crawls back in exhausted. Why is she exhausted? See, I'm bumped right here again. A wrinkled list falls from her hand. A wrinkled list. See, I keep getting bumped. A wrinkled list of, like, no. A wrinkled piece of paper. But even, no. See what I'm saying? A wrinkled list, no. Because you meant a wrinkled piece of paper, right? And in the beginning, you could have shown her with the receipt, you know, just fucking wobbling down she slops around the corner wobbling, you know, can't fucking walk straight. That's, you know, and then here it's, you know, as soon as I read that, I'm like, okay, here comes the exposition dump. I'm just being honest with you. I know it's coming. Go ahead. You know, falls from her hand. Why? You know, it's just, it's too sort of easy. You know, like, oh, whoops, did I drop that bit of exposition for you? You know, oops, oh, whoops, it fell from my hand. Read it. You know, that's how it feels. It doesn't feel like, you know. So have her pass out flat and it's, you know, it's next to her face or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't fall out of her hand. How did it get in her hand? See, I have a lot of problems with these pages, man. This one page. You want to know why? I'm being honest with you. You want to know why you're not getting signed? This is why. You know, we didn't see a list in her hand. We didn't see her with a pencil, pen, nothing. Just suddenly she has a list for some reason. You know, and we know it's because you want to dump exposition. Catch a glimpse of handwriting at top. The gist. The gist? I know this is the gist, let me tell you, it's too convenient. It's way too convenient let me explain why she's this way. You know, you might as well just have a voiceover come in and say, let me explain why she's this way. It's because of this, you know, but I don't want to know that yet. You're thinking the reader wants, like, I'm going to stop reading your shit. It's a bit too desperate. It's as if you think we are going to stop reading because we don't know why she's this fucked up. We'll keep reading, man, because we want to know. You know, I don't think you need this at all. I would cut everything from all the voiceover, cut it. The gist, no. Is this going to be a book called The Gist? It's in parentheses, like this is a super important aspect. Is it going to be a book? Maybe it comes back around. I don't know, but it feels a bit, you're going to really have to sell me back on this one. She passes out. She didn't even drink that much, you know? So I'm just like, I'm not following why she passed out. It seems like you need her to pass out to get this voiceover out. I'm being fucking dead honest. If mom had voiceover, if mom had stuck around, she never would have let us stay in that crap hole filled with even crappier birthdays, and then we're out. Okay, like, the thing for me, I lived this. This is my mom. My mom did not fucking give me a birthday present or a birthday card once I turned 11. Never mentioned my birthday, ever. And my house was a fucking disaster. So I've lived this, but I'm not feeling it. So I question, as someone who's lived like this, just being honest, has this writer really gone through this? So I'm going to assume that you have. But I really would love it to be on the page. You know what I mean? It's as if I feel like it's in your heart, but it's not on the page. And it's kind of an odd way to say that. She never would have let us stay in that crap hole filled with even crappier birthdays. I get it. You know, I understand what you're doing, but that's, no. For me, no. Exterior, San Francisco, Tenderloin District, day, flashback. The flashback there could easily be read right past. I didn't catch it the first time. I read this page twice. So I'm like, if you're gonna do a flashback, like, you gotta make it stand out. Bold it. You know what I mean? Oh, we're one step above apes. You know, like, that's the mental capacity you're dealing with. Stupid people, right? People will read right past that. A lot of people don't even read the slug lines. So if you don't read the slug line, you would not know that this is a flashback. Okay? Rundown building in this not so shiny neighborhood. See, look at all the problems I have here. You want to know why you're not getting signed? This is why. Rundown building in this not, and I'm just being passionate. I'm not trying to put you down, I swear. But my lady will say, oh, you're getting notes from Jason? Good luck, man. You know, like, he'll shred it. Rundown building in this not so shiny apartment. Rundown building in this not so shiny neighborhood. So you're telling me what it's not. It's not shiny. That's what you're doing, the writer. You're telling me it's not shiny. So then as someone reading, okay, then tell me what it is, because you're the writer. So tell me what it is. Tell me what I'm saying. I'm just saying something not shiny. First of all, buildings aren't shiny. If we're gonna get, you know, very few buildings are shiny. Okay, like, I get playing around with words and stuff like that, but it's not playing around with words in a way that's just gripping, you know? So just tell us what it is. And how would I know this is a flashback if it didn't have the word flashback right there? So remove the flashback and think about what would tell someone that this is a flashback without the word flashback? You know, old cabs, blah, 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 blah. Name some shit that only existed then. You know, now we know if we missed a flashback, now we know, wait a second, I'm back in time. You know what I mean? Interior. And I can see, I think John mentioned that, where he thought we only flashed back for just to see a building. Let's flash back to a building. There it is. And then we come back to present. I've done that. So, you know, if you think like, nah, like, no one would do that. I've done that, where we flash over to a specific thing and then we come right back. It's one camera shot, not where the fuck we're at, and then we come right back. So I've done it. So that's the way I would read this. I would read this as we flash back for 1 second to a shiny building. Just telling you. Interior, Colin's apartment, living room, day. I would assume that we went back to present day and you forgot to put back to present. Like, you got to give us the opening cue, flashback, and then get us to the present day. Bring us back to present day. Somehow, however you write that, so we know we flash back, there's my cue, and back to present, boom, we're back. Or people will miss it. Am I still in the flashback? I don't know. Okay, you gotta assume that people need it in their fucking face, or they'll miss it, and they'll think your story doesn't make sense, when up here in your brain, it does. Okay, it makes me want to talk about flashbacks for a minute too. The person I learned flashbacks from is Scott Frank, and I say I'm at 24, I gotta hurry up. Scott Frank basically said, you need a reason to flashback. You don't just flashback because you need it. There needs to be a reason. Here's an example he gave quickly. I'm paraphrasing it a bit, but you know, someone opens a bag of candy and it falls at their feet, and they're kind of like have a fucking like, oh my God, fuck. And someone next to them's like, what's wrong, dude? Like, and they're just like, fuck, like, you know, and you're like, it's just candy, dude, what the fuck? And, you know, boom, we hit the flashback. Same dude's in a store. Everybody put their fucking hands up. Leave them where I can see them, you know? And we're like, why the fuck are we flashing back, you know? And they're younger, whatever. And, you know, everybody has their hands up. And then here's a noise. He turns, boom, 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 blows the little kid away. And a bag of candy spills across the floor. And he's just like wrecked, like, what the fuck? I just killed a little kid. Fuck. That wasn't supposed to happen. Boom, we're back to present. We know why the flashback happened. You see what I'm saying? That's the way you do it. There's got to be a reason for it. Let's keep going. Interior, Colin's apartment, living room, day. I'm talking about writing. Blame Nathan, blame Jason, blame Joe for this, because I never talk about writing on my channel. Lucky, voiceover. But this is what you get when your dad has to adult solo. Well, kind of solo. I get what they're trying to do, the writer trying to wrap that back around. I get it, but it's just not working for me. You're telling me too much up front. I don't want to know this stuff yet. Thank you for offering, but no, I don't want to hear this. I want to guess. Young Lucky, 8, in her superhero pajamas, sprints across the room and launches over the couch. She huddles low. This girl is high-strung, a little scared, and needs her dad. Why? Why? This is one page. Remember that. Anybody see the problem here? Anyone? She sprints across the room and launches over the couch and huddles low. So we open on a shot where we just see a little girl run across the room, boop, jumps over the couch and goes like that. Why? It's odd. There's no trigger, is my point. Imagine this scene going this way. Imagine she's precocious, right? It says it right here. What is she? She's high strung. Let's say she's fucking with the lighter, you know, and it has a Harley Davidson emblem on it. And she's like, she's just fucking with it, you know, maybe burning a little like army men or something. Who knows, man? Just fucking around with it. And then we hear keys jingle into the, you know, into the lock of the door apartment. And she fucking throws the lighter. And then she runs across the room and jumps over and is like, oh, fuck, you know, and watching like the little smoke dissipate just as the door's thrown open. You know what I'm saying? Now she feels maybe I'm gonna get in trouble. Something has to trigger that. Or we're just like, why is she so fucking afraid of nothing? Nothing happened. See what I'm saying? Show us what the trigger is. Front door flies open. Colin O'Malley, late 20s and self-assured, stumbles in drunk and laughing with a hooker, 25. Self-assured is a bit too plain for me. You know what I mean? Like, go there. He's swaggerific. The type of guy who feels like I can get any chick in the world, bro. Something. You know what I mean? Self-assured is just like, okay, here I am. It doesn't play with words enough to like spark us to be like, oh, okay, this kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a drunk guy who comes in, self-assured. I'm self-assured. Walks in, I'm drunk. You know, like, why does the door fly open? You know what I mean? No, so that's not triggered and the door flies open for no reason. Why? You know? So he stumbles in, drunk and laughing with a hooker, 25. I get what I'm supposed to feel there, but I don't feel it. That's my problem. So there we go. There's my thought. I'm already at 30 minutes. I know I need to shut up, but that's all what I'm feeling on one page. So respectfully, I would pass on this on page 1. I'm trying to help writers get better, okay? And maybe that feels rude how deep I dove into that, but those are the feelings I'm having when I read that page. And the other page it was up against, I thought it was fucking fire. So my point here is when you're writing these pages, really think about this stuff. Did I set this up? Is there a payoff? Am I making it clear what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Are people going to get lost? So they're going to be like, where am I? Am I disorienting people? All of that, because it all matters. It all will compound upon each other over and over and over again for 100 pages, to where if someone even makes it that far, where they're going to be like, I'm going to pass, and those are some of the reasons why. Okay, so good luck out there. Get good, man. And don't be afraid of notes, man, because notes are just gonna help you go out there and be way fucking better, okay? So that you can make your fucking dream come true. So go kill it, guys. Good luck. Let's rock.